to jungle. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. I do not know about this mission, but I am programmed to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Hey! Escort the payload in motion.
Science will reveal the truth.
True self is without form.
Okay, can I be heard now, Rev? I had to go in there and change an option. Hopefully I can be. It has it selected for video recording, but not for broadcast. That's a different option, apparently. Yes, Poggers! Alright, so, now I want to be able to watch in third person. Because, you see, she came out, she was, because the way I see this comp working right now, what I was saying earlier is that it took her a minute. She didn't switch because I think Papa told her to switch. But we're not really running that many heals. Not that technically, in my opinion, we should need a ton of heals because we do actually have a Genji and a Widowmaker. So we should be okay if Mercy just heals the tanks and the Zenyatta keeps his orbs on people. But we'll see. Okay, so you got another kill. Up. Arista's in there because I remember I forced the Arista's fortify, so Papa's in there trying to kill the Aristas. We killed them, okay. Yeah. I think one thing that is slightly concerning, I don't know. I'm questioning because Yggs is on Zenyatta here. I'm really questioning like how many orbs is she hitting as far as like damage. Because at the end of this first fight, she has the least ult charge on our team. Okay, so we're breaking the shield. Oh, that didn't hit somehow. That's crazy. Alright. So let's see. So you died there. And we're pushing up and we're trying to get the res off. They put a wall up that doesn't block the res, but you're on the other side of the wall. And Yggs, I'm just kind of confused, I guess, right here. Because Yggs is kind of close to everything. There's a Mei there and a Hog walking around the corner. But, like, I think she's kind of close there. I think she could be back a little bit further, I guess, in my opinion, like, towards this wall. Because she doesn't need to be that close, because she's like right behind me, and if something goes wrong, she easily gets frozen. So we miss our abilities. Mei starts to freeze people. We get anti, and so the Hog came around the side. We saw him earlier. He came around the side, and boom, he goes ahead and he kills our Mercy. You're 1 HP, and Yggs is sitting right here. She turned around, so she sees the Hog. Did she Discord him? No, he's not Discorded. She throws a healing orb at you. And then she instantly dies after that. Papa kills the hog, but there's so many of us dead that we just end up dying. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I do remember this now because we were stuck for so long on this stupid point. Okay, so we're coming out of spawn. We're coming out of spawn. But I was gonna hit you on a sword, but another part is the time she's in. She's way. Okay, so you're trying to say that sometimes she's too far forward, so she can't actually see what's going on behind her. Way further up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and I agree. All right, so you're up there. Our Mercy's down there, and our Moira is here. There's no real way that we could have saved you whatsoever. Who's on? So our Doomfist got the punch. He punches in. We do get the res off on you. The Winston's coming down and attacking. Look at this here, though. Look at this here. She's sort of like off over here by herself in no man's land. Now, I don't think we actually communicated what's going on. I'm down there in my own little zone because I think, you know, people are following behind me and they're not. So I'm in a duel with the Mei down there. And they popped the male. Doing some of those. Wait, can I go back? No, I need to go. What's my button for going back 20 seconds? Okay, let's go back 20 seconds. Yeah, so what I want to see here, though, is we know Yggs was off over here on the left. I want to see what happened here. So she's up there. She's sucking up there. Sprays a little bit. Turns around. Sitting there. Comes back. Look! That right there. That's one of the biggest things I want to see right there. See that? She faded early. There was no pressure on her whatsoever. And she faded to get down when she could have just walked there. So now she's faded into a situation where they popped a male. So ideally, she could have faded out there. But she doesn't have it because she already used it to get down. To jump down there, where logically it would have been the same whether or not she jumped down there or not. So now she dies. And they use the male and they clean the rest of us up. But that right there, that's why she died there. She faded early. And because if she had not faded, even if she had gotten dove, she could have faded backwards and then could have healed herself with her own healing. So let's go again next fight. I pull him, full hook, and he's dead.
I am ready.
Okay, so let's see. Look, here we are again. Look, where she's kind of like up here in the front, whereas our Mercy is behind our Orisa and behind you in in the back. So I think frontlining seems to be a big issue that we can see. I'm pushing up. I popped that. This is where we bongo bladed. So you got the bongo over there. You slice. You've already killed their Orisa. I mean their Widowmaker. The Winston's on point. I'm trying to body block a little bit, but I can't save the supercharger. We get antied. Fortify. They killed our Mercy. I think Mercy got CC'd. So she's back here now. Heals herself that. Trying to kill the hog. Trying to heal Papa. So we're together here. So you died. You were isolated. There wasn't really much we could do to help you. Because our Mercy's dead. She would have been the one to heal you. So now Papa gets slept. Out here we're healing. Papa gets knocked around the map. Doing damage to the hog. Kill the hog. Alright, so she died again there. Let's go back. I want to see how she died. Alright, so let's pay attention to Yggs here. Okay, so she's here. Doing some healing. May behind. She's getting damaged. She uses Fade. Gets frozen. Dies. Well, in that situation, I think the fight was more messy. There's not really like a big failure there to say, like, oh, look, you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, well, the Widow makes a play there and kills 2 people. Yeah. Now Doomfist is failing to do a lot of stuff here. Okay, so out here, she kills the Widow. That was when the Widow was in our spawn, so I don't know. That's like, you should have killed her regardless. She was overextending. Yeah. Okay, so Papa Mist is up there. Okay, so now they have gone in and they've killed us up there. She's down here. We're like trying to push in someplace else. 'Cause I'm down here and she's like all the way over there in a completely different spot. So there, I guess, to positioning, she's way away. Where was she before that? Let's see. I want to follow her around. The map will actually populate. Okay, so she's down there. Follow her around. So she's there. So we're pushing in up top, and Papa's pushing in down there, and she's in neither of those places. She's down here. There again, we see Fade early when we don't need to Fade. And so now we're down here. And so the team fight is actually happening up here on the high ground, and she's not there to heal or do anything, really. And we see down there on the bottom too. I'm isolated and killed out there. She fades again. So here, she doesn't really die, but at the same time, she didn't help at all in the team fight. She was just all over the place. So now here she's healing Papa. It's all well and good. It's like kind of late. I mean, if she had been up top, maybe she could have healed them. Or maybe she could have even popped Coalescence, because she's got her Coalescence. I don't know when she exactly got that. Okay, so... so she's doing this. Alright, cool. Here we go. Alright, this is a place where I got really frustrated. So we pull hook down the Widowmaker. She's 1 HP. We're shooting at her, but like Yggs could have fucking killed her here. You see, she could have just, you know, sucked her off. That didn't happen. So here, let's see. That monkey in prime. Okay, so I pop supercharger. I pull again. They destroy my supercharger. Coalescence is going out. What were we coalescing? I wonder, actually. I'm gonna go back and see that. What were we using coalescence on? Because can people actually become visible? Okay, so not that. So we're sort of healing people that are full HP. Okay.
This will heal you.
Alright, so where are we now? So she went up here to duel the Ana. She gets hit. She fades out. She's on point, 1 HP, and she gets body shotted by the Widow from, where is the Widowmaker? Where is the Widowmaker? So the Widowmaker is down. Is she down here? Yeah, she's down. So she gets body shotted on point by the Widowmaker. It dies there. Now we're all dying. We're all over the place. I'm getting ulted. I'm gonna die.
60 seconds remaining.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Yeah. Big red flag. Yeah, okay, so now our Ashe is dead here again. Which, I don't know why you're up here, because you don't have a shield. I'm just coming back from spawn, because I was the last one to die. So now the Winston's diving in. Oh, kill him, good.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, hook, boom. She should die, she should die, she should die. No one else is forwards. Now we're moving forwards again. I pull hook. Pull hook again. And look at this. So your tanks are trying to kill the Widowmaker, which we're pretty sure we can pull off. She looks kind of funny because of the distorted thing with the time being paused. But we're trying to kill her. She's 1 HP. And I was picking the Widow. I wanted to duel her on Widow, but I needed to frontline pressure because our tanks because they couldn't stay alive. Yeah, okay, so but here she's dueling a Doomfist when if we're by the tanks we could be actually killing also let me see here too. Okay, so she faded in to get here because you see her fades on cooldown, so she faded in to get there. So she faded in, went aggressive onto this Doomfist. She's burning, but if we killed the Widow would be dead. That's a fight because part of the reason why the Widow is able to stay alive is because Papa gets slept, so we don't have Papa's burst damage, and the Widowmaker is getting healed by this Mercy in the air.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Worse than that, she doesn't have Fade to actually win the duel against the Doomfist, and she ends up dying here. Meanwhile, the Mercy heals the Widow, and the Widowmaker gets away, and the Widow now has a free shot down here onto you. It looks like she's trying to just assassinate you, and she also has sight lines to even be able to kill our Mercy too. So that play just was played pretty poorly, on all accounts. So now the Ana gets another anti, and her antis were chewing us up this game. So our Ashe is up there on the high ground, our tanks are anti, our Mercy's anti, and so now also here, if you look at this, Numb is forced to go here and res because we need our second support back. She gets it off, but because she had to go in and do that, Yggs ran away from a hog who jumped behind the pine flank. Yeah. Okay. But I also see how like it gets the rest of us out of position. Look at my boy Doomfist. Look at him. But because I'm just saying that like as cause and effect, right? Because she dies, we now have Numb coming in. Numb has to res. Because Numb had to fly in and go to heal me and Papa, or at least try to, and then res Yggs, now you were left back there in the back line by yourself, and that's why you died. He about to head out. There he goes. So now Yggs is healing the tanks on point, and that's good. That's what she should be doing. But now Numb gets hooked, and now Numb's dead. Our Ashe is oblivious and is an actual bot. Doesn't even notice the Roadhog is there. And they are healing on point. They have a Nano Winston on point, so he's not dying anytime soon. I'm backed off into a corner. And I'm not I don't think that Yggs has her, let's see. Yggs does not have Fade here, so I expect Yggs dies. I wholly expect that Yggs dies here. Yep, gets killed by the Nano Monkey, and we're getting wiped out. Papa's ulting on point, and he has no healing to sustain himself. And yeah, dying too much is the big issue, I think. Dying too much. And I feel like the reason we're dying too much is really because we don't have our abilities to be able to evade danger when we need to evade danger. We're just kind of stuck popping our abilities to. A lot of times, I think the fact that she fades in way too early actually causes her to die later on, and she doesn't actually have this amount of sustainability that she should have on Moira to not die, if that makes sense. Because Moira is one of the hardest heroes to kill in the game. So, if you use her kit improperly, she's one of the easiest characters to kill in the game because, you know, you don't have any real means to actually sustain yourself. So she's not really abusing the actual stupid amount of survivability that Moira has. Especially to me against a team that really doesn't have much to do against her.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alright.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Alright,
Stop
so
the payload.
up here, Papa tries to go for a play. Just a question. Okay, so now Num is on BAP and Yggs is on Mercy. So what I would have liked to see here, just as a side tangent from Num's perspective,
Ready for battle.
that's after this round. Yikes. I want to see. Take that off. I want to see actually. Right, because
5,
here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Papa's here.
Stop the payload.
We're not really paying attention to him though, because we could have saved Papa here if we had thrown an immortality field in there. We could have saved him, but we're not exactly. And Num sees him, because let me check Num's perspective. Well, I can't really see. Can I go first person? Let's go back.
Ready for battle.
So, because I feel like Num could have saved him
5,
here,
4,
because she had to see him.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Please move behind the barrier.
Stop the payload.
Yeah, we see Papa going low. Yep, right there. If we had thrown immortality field, we could have saved him, but we decided we turned around and he died. Now, we actually just watch back to Yggs. So Yggs died to this Doomfist. So how did that happen?
Ready for battle. 1.
I keep going
Attackers
back, but it's
incoming.
because like I need to see like how, because like if our supports are dying early, we need to know why. Try healing his way out, he dies. So, Doomfist just jumps over the top, and well, not much to do about that. Doomfist. Alright, so we got a couple picks here though. We had a couple picks. We couldn't really push in that as hard as I wanted to though, because we don't have our Mercy. And I was hesitant to push in. Especially now they've read their sword. So now also too, the Hanzo has made a play. He's come up here and he's killed Num. So now we have no supports. Well, our Mercy just got back, it looks like, yeah. We res our BAP, so we're back up to full strength. Dog is fighting. What? So the Hog went and killed you, and then went and killed Num. I feel like we didn't know that was actually going on. I killed the Sigma, but it doesn't matter. Dodge the hook. Huh. Now, I'd like to say that she's caught between a rock and a hard place. But I'm not really sure what the thought process was here. I'm just trying to see. Todd's got a free Frank. I dueled him because I thought Papa was coming Mithy and that was a shit communication error. Yeah. So Yggs walks backwards. But you see, but like when I see her do this, right? She's not actually looking in that direction. If you like pay attention to like to where she's looking, she's not looking at what she should actually be looking at, which is the threat of the danger. She knows there's a hog somewhere, like in that direction, but she's not looking at the imminent danger that is the entire enemy team that's coming from this direction. So, well, it's a Sigma and a Mercy, but still, like the point of the matter is that most of their team would be coming from that direction. So, like, I feel like she should be looking that way at that point in time. See here, she's still healing, but now she turns around and she sees, oh look, there's a hog. And so now she's jumping around, of course. She also probably shouldn't be jumping because there's a Widow and a Hanzo. Probably not the best idea. Hopping around. So now she super jumps up into the air, kind of. Caught there. She flies back. Why did she fly here? And I asked this question because we know there's a hog here. We know that the Hanzo and the Widowmaker were up on this high ground. Why did we come back here? And now we get slapped and we die. So, not really sure about that Guardian Angel, to be honest. I think that could have been done better, for sure. So, now they're coming in. We're 53 on ult. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the ult charge generation. But Papa just caught out. Started getting some kills, but that matters. None whatsoever. Again, so our recontest was bad. Unfortunately, Papa got caught out there and died. And that really caused that fight to not go too well. So the hog's up here, he's set up. Well, our Bastion's feeding again. He's a retard. Bastion's coming out. Okay, so she's coming with you. Helping you out. Helping you out. Chill stuff. Okay, so then the hog gets nattoed and kills our BAP. Not really much we could do about that. Nobody's there now. Kill him. I get instant kill. Are you retarded? You saw the circle go up and you walked into it. Goodness gracious. Someone help this kid. Someone get this kid some help. Walked right into it. So now we have huge immortality field. I supercharger still up, so we're able to kill himself. Bang, bang, gang, gang. Look at him! This retard is just out here sitting without a shield. Or Hanzo could burst him easily. Papa goes up, misses a hook. Gets slammed, but he's able to get back to our team. You're up there doing trying to play. Okay, so you got cut out there, but could you have been saved by the Mercy healing you? This is something I want to find out. Could you have been saved? So you're up there. And I'm wondering, cause like currently Mercy is she damage boosting? Yeah, she's healing. She's healing you. So you're getting damage boosted. Your dragon practically insta killed you. Okay. Still, like, so you go up. See, well, I'm just saying in general though. Like, you go up here. You're trying to go up and, you know, do some damage, charge your dragon. You take a bit of damage on your way back. Use your, yeah, you wouldn't have been saved. You were insta killed. There's nothing you can do about that. I just saw where your body was right here, And I said, wait, the Mercy's right here. Shouldn't she have helped you? And it's like, nah, you're gone. You're fucking gone. So now you're dead. This looks miscommunicated. So she goes forwards in front of the shield. Because, I mean, obviously what I've tried to do at this point is I'm like, okay, well, we're down one. We really need to try to set up around, play the corner, and try to use that to our advantage for extra cover. So the shield goes up into our face, but because she goes forward, she gets instantly hooked up. But, you know, because I pulled up, she didn't actually end up dying there. Yeah, that might be something. Definitely for sure. So now I'm body blocking for the Bastion. My shield is down, trying to make sure.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Try to pull up first. Focus the hog, yeah. Ulted? Okay, that's fine. You went up there, you did Genji things, you killed somebody, fuckers. Now you're 1 HP, she goes back, she heals you. Okay, that's not good. You said wait, rewind? What do you want me to look at? Tell me in chat what you want me to look at, because I can pull back. Hog died while she battled Mercy. Hold on, let me see that. Thank you, good catch. Let's see that. Let's see this. Okay, so well, Hog right here is anti. How long is he anti for? Okay, so right here, he could have been healed. He could have been healed. She's healing currently, and I believe there's another tether. I think, yeah, there's another tether connected to the Hog there. So he is getting healed currently, but he's very low. And he gets, yeah, it looks like what happened is the Hog got Papa got headshotted by the Hanzo, and she was healing, but there's not really much else that could have been done because he was so low that he got bursted through the heal. But she does res afterwards, so that was fine actually. That was fine actually, yeah. Because he died to a headshot from the Hanzo, so he probably just get bursted regardless. Unfortunate. So, okay, so now we're into another fight. Alright, so get that thrown up and body throw it. Yeah, he was anti, yeah. I'm up here, trying to help her bash him. Pull her out. Ana. So they're coming around behind us. No, they come around behind us and Num gets hooked. I pull in the Hog, and he dies. He gets Storm Arrows to death. So that res, I'm not sure about that res. I want to see from her perspective, what information did she have when she went for that res? She's healing, she's healing, she's healing. You know the Hog is down there. Our bottom bird. Hog goes out and hooks Nom. Nom's got up there. Okay. So we know the Hog is right there. We know the Hanzo is right there. Why did we go for this res? Look at this. Why did we go for this res? Categorically, this just is a bad res. Because if we see here very clearly, where's my third person? Okay, so Hanzo's got a sightline on us. Hog has got a sightline on us to instantly kill us. Mercy is sitting right here. Honestly, what we could have done is she could have stayed up there with me. That would have kept her alive longer. I'm not really sure where else she could go. Actually, yeah, she could have come up here with me, and then incidentally, she could have also helped Papa, because Papa's up here making a play. Papa's on their diva, and he's trying to kill her. Bap had window. Yeah, Bap did have window. But at the same time, there is no real way at that point in time for her to res. Like, if you look at the danger that she's in, that res wouldn't have gone off. I have no shield to throw down. I just... Maybe that got called out, maybe. But, like, given all the other danger and information that at the time, from her perspective, we could take in. We saw the Hanzo, we saw the Hog, we still went for the rest. To me, that's what I have a problem with. And here, I was trying to kill the Hanzo, and I would have killed him if it wasn't for the Hog getting pulled into this hallway with him and taking the shots. So I was like, okay. Bastion's orb was also on the high ground and behind a shield attack. Yeah, she could have raised Bastion. Now he goes for it and kills his horse.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Yeah, you go in, try to do something. But yeah, that's the end of that game.
Victory.
I think we definitely see from the first game, you know, a lot of work when it comes to general awareness and ability usage. Because I think that, and it might be that she's aware, but even though she's aware, she doesn't make the right decision. If that makes sense, or like she doesn't actually make the right decision on what to do. So let's leave this game. I get to replay this. So the next one is Ilios. This one's 13 minutes. Okay, let's get some done. Oh, this is a good one actually, because this is when I felt like we really should have won. Because I was smacking the main tank in this game, which I may be partial to calling out, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I gotta call it as I see it. Alright, so... yeah, slow down. Like, what I typically see her doing, right, is if it's a one... like, if there's multiple decision paths, she will sometimes pick the wrong decision, which gets her killed. But if it's a very straightforward path, she picks the right decision because it's easy, if that makes sense.
1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Alright, here we go. So I'm on top, we're speeding around. So we've got speed going right. I get pinned back here. Now it was okay actually where I got pinned because my supports are here. I've got help. I played it slow. Careful around the corner. Throwing a fire strike. And we have 2 kills up on them. I came across, made a play. Gonna cut them off. Swing, kill Mercy. Orders. Sometimes she makes no decision too. That's why she stalled a couple times. Yeah, coming on Junkertown too. Like she's in like just the wrong place. Like there's no decision made on like where you're going. Like, oh well, I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna do that. She just stops. Okay, so top of the I come in. I get killed here. Yikes, rip numb. Okay, so she's up here up top. It's healing. Well, there's not really much she could have done there, honestly. The only thing I think that she could have done, maybe, let me go back, actually. Could she have sped me out? Let me see that. Is this, no, this, I need to go back again. Okay. So where is she when I die? Going up, playing out. Is she coming back from spawn? Where is she? Yeah, she's coming back from spawn. She really wouldn't have, yeah, she couldn't have sped me out. Get around. It's not really could have done more here, to be honest. I would get out. I don't think she should have gone that path. She could have gone around the backside and probably would have gotten out. Just a lot easier, to be honest. But she tried to go in through them.
Oh, time to accelerate!
Yeah, we're about to come back. Let me fly around up here. I know they have Shatter. Wait, hold on. Did I block that? No, I didn't, because Num got shattered. But I think I need to see. I think I got protected by a bubble. I think. Or pop it.
Get into position.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. Okay. Well. So I get my shatter off. But I guess Papa didn't block it for Num, I guess. That's anyway, big shatter. Kill stuff. Reinhardt does it. Excellent.
Justice reigns from above.
Kill our widow. Coalesces here. Fine. Farrah's still alive. So they grab. Where is she? We didn't beat. We had beat. Honestly, I think we should have beat it there because you see they're coming back.
Meteor strike!
Yes, sir.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Wait, hold on. I need to see it again. Hold on here.
The power of destruction.
Helden sterben nicht.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Alright. Well. She died. So. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, this is funny. This guy going like crazy flank. So I'm up on the high ground. Oh, it's just like,
Personne n'échappe à mon
what
regard.
a play. Alright.
Get back. This will restore you. Get into position. This is my will.
Alright, so we have beat here. Let's see how we can
Cease your resistance.
Still staying still scares me. Atlas MD PhD. Is that the Yiggsy? Is that the Yiggsy in chat? Pogger. Alright, so we still got beat. Let's see how we use beat. That's what I'm going to see here. Going around. Poggers. Alright. Still barely alive. We're chilling around on the back line.
Rains from above.
Okay. Oh, so didn't beat that. Oh. We're trying to push in. I've got some now we beat it.
Cease your resistance.
But at that point, I kind of wonder, we waited so long to use the bait. They had other roles, it kind of didn't matter.
Score.
Really, that's the question. Because there, I would say the beat was like necessary. It had to happen. There was no if, and, or buts about it. It had to be done. So I'm not sure there. I guess if I had to criticize there, it'd just be holding the beat too long. Let me go to first person perspective.
That's the healing side.
Alright, so now you're on Mercy.
Ready for battle.
Oh no.
Just sit around. No,
What?
there's someone out there that needs to be.
It went back to the beginning of the game. That's crazy.
Hi.
Can I go to third person? Can I move through the...
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Alright. It appears that I somehow managed to make it all the way back to the beginning of the mod. I guess it's because I pressed that thing in the middle. So,
Oh.
I'm just gonna speed it up as fast as it'll go.
You hear that?
Rains from above. Surrender to my will.
Let's see your gameplay.
No one can hide from my sight.
You know what? Fuck it. I don't know what shit other gameplay. Leaf game. I think I spent enough time in that game anyways. Alright, so last one, Dorado. Poggers. I'm gonna try to go first person for like this whole thing since you're here now. So I can try to see.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so... Alright, this one, let's see. So this one, you're starting out on Mercy. Poggers.
I'll
Yeah.
enjoy the quiet.
That could probably be done by talking to Sean. Sean might be able to review Chastin Green, the Chastin Assassin.
4, 3, 2.
Thanks, Chastin. We love you. Alright, so we're coming out of spawn now. Boop doo.
Escort the
Damage reducing every McCree. Looking around.
I'm taking care.
Come down, try to help McCree. McCree gets first. Sean helped me a lot with Baptiste. Yeah, that's what. I am dead.
Right beside you.
That fight went absolutely horribly. That's it. Well, now you know my last name.
I sighted the enemy.
Chassin, why don't you use your quote-unquote secret for the league streams? When he goes forward, we can.
My spell is upon you.
Doing that because I wish just BTFO. Okay, they get supercharger very quickly. We are not going to stand against it. Dying. Yes, sir, we are dead. I see. Alright, so we have Valkyrie this fight. How do we use Valkyrie? Let's see.
I'm with you.
Alright, so
For your safety.
we know someone's low back there, so I'm going to help them. Yes, we'll help them. Alright.
My servants
Up
never
to
die.
Valkyrie. There's a maid behind us. No, there's a They use their ult. We die. We are battle mercy. Kill her. Okay. basically how this guy goes. We go up. We lose Cal in midair, because Cal is on dashing in the 80s, of course. Then we battle burst. We successfully kill the Mei, which is good. But now we come back to the team. Their Mercy goes in. Their Mercy reses their Mei. They've killed our Doomfist. And we just rezzed our Sigma as well. Critically, their Mei has their ultimate. And our Sigma is only 50% there. So here, let me see. Let me go back, actually. Because here, there's not really much you could do. But at the same time, you're kind of just like, it might be a predicate of a bad habit. Because here you kind of just like walked into them and died. Like in the middle of them, when they were all on that side of the payload. Alright, so now we have EMP. Doomfist comes in. And he leaves. Up at the top. Yeah, I'm trying to play Diamond Comp to Chassin. Okay, EMP. Huge EMP, but crucially, we did not hit the Mei. So Mei ults. Where is Mei ulting? Mei is ulting, and you are back here, Yggs. On you're in your immortality field, which is good. That's where you want to be. So now you can get healed. They kill the immortality field. We can slam in. So the good thing you did there, Yggs, is because you noticed there was a Mei ult going off. You went inside the immortality field, because what that does is it forces the time to kill on you to be higher. Because the Mei is crucially back there by herself. Her team is getting killed by the rest of our team. So if the Mei was going to try to kill you, what she would have had to do is kill the immortality field and then kill you. And because of the duration of the ult and how long you're frozen, she doesn't really have time to do that. And then you also have Numb there healing you as well, and from a good position. So that was good. That was good. This is messy up here. Moving forwards. I don't know. I like first person, but I just like third person so much more because I just see so much more of what's actually going on right at range. Alright. But like, I don't get certain information from first person, like my my analysis on where your movements are. So we all get pulled together. We throw down immortality field here, which is good. It doesn't really. I mean, I don't think we could have gotten it anywhere else. Because I'm just sort of seeing too, like where you're placing it. Could you have placed it behind the payload or something? Got the same effect. So I'm low, so I back up behind here. Pop the supercharger. We're using coalescence with the supercharger. We've got our damage up. We're melting everybody. Bada bing, bada boom. You're in the back line where we're supposed to be, just healing stuff. This is good. This is fun. This is all fun. Let's see. You're 58% to your amp matrix. Forward.
Allow me.
Here, damage the shield. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Chassin, too. Like, I was like, well, could we have putting it, like, behind the cart? But what I was trying to assess is, if she put it behind the cart, would it still have saved me? Because I know she threw it down because she was like, oh, no, you know, our main tank's about to die. Throw her immortality field. But at the same time, too, I'm wondering if it would have even been in the line of sight to actually keep it alive. Okay. Here, they pop that. That was a good shield from Cal to try and keep the High Noon from killing us, but he gets hacked. Doesn't do anything. Not much we can do here but just die. Yeah, we all die. Alright. Some of these panic lamps, I'm trying to trade myself. Check for a good place before I place it, and yeah, something that's down the wall. LOS, I said something said laws on my work hard. Yeah, LOS on this. EMP, huge. Force, this is simple enough. We pop amp matrix here. Huh. Interesting, we popped amp matrix here. because at this point we've already used EMP and we've already used our Sigma ult, and we've already killed 2 of them, and pretty sure more are to follow. And from the angle that they're out, well, I'm just saying here, from the angle that they're taking, you're not really going to get any value because they've already backed up and yielded this corner. So, like, when you're going to use Ant Matrix as a pressuring tool to force people to back up, one good thing, at least for payload maps, is you can put it on the payload so it actually moves with the payload, which of course makes it very dangerous because the enemy is constantly being pushed outside of an angle where they're going to have to fight into a damage amplification sort of ultimate there. Use it to heal when you don't have immortality or when your combo with the hits get. Yeah, exactly. So that's the way I like to use it anyways. Ever since Chasen gave me that advice, I start using it to heal people. Like, I'll just put it down right in front of me. My tanks are in front, and I just pop that and start healing. If some hit scan is in our backline and wants to come up and use it, they're fine to do that. But more or less, I use it a lot of times now. For healing is 2 times through that. So doing that will help you out a lot of times with keeping your tanks up if you don't have that immortality, because you do a stupid amount of healing, and especially if your team is clumped up together, right? Of course, you know, Baptiste's little healing grenades also are AoE, so you can heal the whole team very effectively like that. Yeah, it's a really good use of this. So especially here, I'm just saying too, when it comes to getting value, you've popped it there, didn't really kill anything with it whatsoever. Well, it looks like you got an assist for killing the McCree, but it's like, oh well, that's the McCree. And so that you're not really able to get. However, if you had done this and put it on the payload, it would have been moving with the payload. It still wouldn't have gotten much value because they decided to retreat. Fuck that McCree. But you would have been able to put more pressure with it. I'm gonna finish this map, Chasen, and then I'll come and join. But right now, I think that I think the better use for the ultimate, of course, would have been to use it in this next upcoming fight. Oh, well, bye bye. Nick's dead. Coming up, we're fighting here. Okay, their Sigma's hacked. I know here I was like, get the Sigma, get the Sigma. Alright, they coalesce here. Got our immortality field up there. Was there something that prompted us to use immortality? I wonder. I'm just gonna go back. Nick's mass once in. Oh, mega lol. The mass erection 69. Okay, so that's back even further. I want to see sort of like when we come up. Because like the placement was good, but I'm wondering about the timing. He was panicked, okay. But still, like sort of seeing it from another perspective, you can see like, okay, well nothing is actually hurting me. I want to be able to see that. Okay, so around the corner, fighting, Sigma's up there. Alright, yeah, there's no damage coming in whatsoever. So there is just, I think you heard the Orisa ult. That very well may have been what happened. You heard the Orisa ult and you're like, oh shit, we're about to die, and immediately placed it down. But one good thing I know for doing with Baptiste immortality fields is that if you don't actually see the damage, because like one good thing about it here is that we have a shield, so you have a good indicator from a healer's perspective of where your damage input is coming from. So you know if they're focusing the shield, then they're trying to kill the people behind the shield, so you could save your immortality for when the shield gets bursted, or right before it gets bursted, so that you get the most value out of it that way. Because while, yes, you thought the enemy coalesces with a combo, yes, but I think the other problem too is that if the enemy has a supercharger coalescence, they can just as easily kill you and the immortality field even from that angle, because all it would take is for the Moira to pull around at a pretty convenient angle. She could be really like, no, you can't see, but I can, because I'm pointing at my screen, but you can't see it. But she could like be like back here or something, and be hitting your immortality field, and she's really under no threat. if she's back there because they have a shield up here. The Orisa is probably going to get another shield and put it down, and she could just destroy that very easily. And it's just the fact that you used it when no one's about to die, so there's really no value in preventing someone from dying, because the purpose of the immortality field is we're going to keep somebody alive and they won't die. That keeps me alive a little bit. Now, we get EMP out of them for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I mean, yeah, we're all alive, but they could have wiped us. Cal's off in La La Land. I don't know what Cal is doing. Cal is off doing his own thing. And I was trying to use the immortality field that you'd place down, but it like dies at the worst possible moment. And so now we reset. Personally, they completely over ulted. Look at how many ults they use. They use their Moira ult, Supercharger, and EMP, and they really only needed 2 of those to kill us. And EMP is such a big ultimate because it's pretty much a free team wipe. So the fact that they used that was good for us because we don't have to fight into it for a last fight, which makes things a lot easier.
60 seconds.
So our Sombra's on point, farming EMP.
Meteor strike.
Comes in, meteor strike. Down on that's a good immortality field. That's a good immortality field. Have people alive. That's good. Alright, so now we're fighting on point. Fighting on point. I'm trying to move around and go a wide angle. I killed him.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay, so you died. I'm assuming back someplace else. Let me see. I want to see where you died there. So this is right after the. Chaos a little bit. So Degree is walking around. He's going up to the high ground. You are. Let's see, where are you? Okay, you're back. Okay, so he pops that. You heal yourself, but you have no real way of getting anywhere because there's no cover beside you. So now you die. I looked up and I killed them, but we've killed their Moira, although they have the mercy of the paper. Our Moira's still alive. They hack our Moira. Our Moira's dead. We're dead. Chasten's up there. He's chilling. He's doing his thing. Waiting to touch him the last 10 seconds. Alright, so now we go in. Woo! Alright.
Score.
Let's look at the next part.
Switching sides.
I could potentially even do more after this because there's still some losses we had last night with some different people. But yeah, after if we do this map, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and start playing Le Diamond Comp.
Initiating match.
Alright, so
Ready for battle.
yeah, and I don't think you got even in here on like the beginning where like we were actually talking about a lot of other stuff.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Cause
Ready. 5, 4, 3.
alright, so here they have a Bastion
One.
from Baptiste.
Attackers incoming.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But I chose YouTube to do this VOD specifically because the VOD doesn't disappear after any time, so it'll be up here forever. Okay, so I pulled the Reaper there, the Slave was coming. They have a Bastion. We decide, I'm like, okay, well, I'm rotating, I'm getting the hell out of there. So let me pause so I have time to get around so we can see where you are too. So you're up there. You're healing our Sigma. Alright, so we kill the Bastion, and you're up top there. Let's see what you're exactly doing. Okay, so we throw Immortality down on point, I'm sure, because they're through their Immortality, we're trying to keep Cal alive. We jump down. Cal's playing it, and Cal is taking so much damage. Moira and you, I feel like giving this. So Iron Mortality goes down. Now we don't have to. So here, I think you're a little bit. I think you're too far forwards. I think you had an opportunity to move back, and you didn't take it.
I cast this forth.
That happened. Because we made a good play here, right? We start out with a good play. Our Reaper's down, but we killed their Bastion. They're running Pirates, so that's our win. We've already taken the Bastion down, so they don't have a lot of damage. So yeah, you're sitting right there, and there's no real reason you could be back here with me and Numb, getting the exact same thing. And see, what happens is, once they've placed that shield down, they're moving into this space, and you're stuck with no way out. Especially because we've just used Immortality Field, it's still on course. They know you're there, they call you out, you're dead. So yeah, that death could have set that for a minute. Now they throw their Immortality Field up, I have to keep backing up. I get pulled up. I'm shield dancing. Playing. Because another thing too is because you're dead, you're not doing a lot of healing. So their back piece is about to get their amplification matrix, as you can see in the top left, and you're 30% of yours. So they're winning the fight and getting more value. I don't think they needed to use those ults whatsoever. There was like 2 of us there, so that's good. They wasted ults. Let's go forwards. So yeah, you're 77 of yours. They've already used theirs, so you've got about a 30% deficit, give or take. So when it comes to that. So now we're coming back out. Our Reaper's going top left. Our Sigma's going on the left. We have our Soldier on the high ground here. You're going up to the high ground. I'm walking down here on the low ground, walking forward. So here, our Soldier's in a lot of trouble because they found him. They're calling him out. They're trying to kill him. You're coming around the corner. Took a few extra seconds. We end up killing the Mei, which is good. Now we're low, so you throw the Immortality Field because several people are at critical health. That's good. I use that. Make it with some space. Okay. So here, you use Ant Matrix again, and here, with the Ant Matrix, the fight's already really won by the time you use it. You see, we instantly burnt everyone else. So there's not a lot of value with that Ant Matrix. So, you really don't want to use Amplification Matrix late, I find. It's an initiation ult. You want to use it first. And you want to always, if you can, use it, pop it before the enemy pops theirs. Because whoever pops theirs first is going to do the more damage. So now I'm backing up because they bursted my shield. I do not have Fortify to get out of that. I'm dead. Pop sight, the high ground. You're down there. There's not much you can do about that. You're good. Die. Yeah, I mean, you can do it in the middle of a team fight, but it's also the case where a lot of times in the mid-fight, ultimates are already active, in my opinion. And if you've already got active ultimates, and your active ultimates are already going to wipe the enemy team, there's no purpose in doing it. But in the mid-fight, if it's the only ultimate you have, it's excellent to play it there, because then the team is committed, and they can't really get out of it, and you can get the value out of it that you want to get out of it. So it's kind of like that, where like when you are choosing to use it in the mid fight, you're using it in a situation where that you're gonna win regardless if you use it or not. So it gets no value; it's irrelevant. So that's something that I would definitely say when you use your amplification matrix is sort of just like, okay, when you're using it, first of all, do you need to use it? Will the team win this fight? And this goes for any ultimate in the game. Will my team win this fight if I don't use this ultimate? And if the answer is yes, a lot of times you shouldn't use it. That pretty much is your indicator, like, yeah, well, don't use it. I mean, the only other time where like you just don't care, you know, is last fight, overtime, use your ultimates, try to make sure that you actually continue the game. Because I tell people all the time, you know, if you're saving your ultimates at last fight, what is the point? Like, what fight are you saving them for? It's last fight. You need to pop your ults if you've got them. Try to win. So here they pop. See, this is an example from their team too. Let me see. Of a bad Matrix in my opinion, because they popped it, but they didn't need to pop it. Like they just popped it. They made the window. They killed a couple, but like they could have used it here when we're fighting into them for last fight and really hit us hard. But here, you know, we're just getting out-ulted. We don't have as much to stay, and we're getting melted on all accords. They have us at all their ults. There's just nothing we can do. We're dead. It's GG.
Victory.
Alrighty. So that's the end of that. I may continue doing this after Diamond Comp. I'm not sure, but that's what I've got for right now. None of us can use it in this game. Yeah, so that's what I have right now. Really, it's just getting value out of those Baptiste ults. And just to give you a little bit of an insight on what I talked about earlier, general positioning and awareness is a big thing that you need to work on, because there's a lot of times where you're like off on your own, or you use your ability in a bad moment, and that causes you, or you use your ability like your fade, especially more pretty frivolously, and that prevents you from being able to use it to get out of actual danger. Where if you had used it properly, you would you would be able to survive a situation, and then that would have allowed you to stay alive, keep your team alive, and we win a team fight. So it sort of like snowballs like that. So yeah, that's definitely something that if you work on that, it'll keep you alive more, and you'll actually be able to heal people more and just get more value on your character. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the VOD here, but definitely go back and look at that. I'll post it in the chat so you can see that.